Good morning and welcome to the morning news on TV3 Newday. My name is Na Ashoko. The headlines. The Electoral Commission officially informed by the clerk to Parliament about the vacancy of the Pandai constituency after the Tamale High Court ordered for a rerun of the parliamentary elections. Trades Union Congress demands immediate suspension of PURC's utility tariffs implementation plan. Boku mediation report expected to be presented to President John Dramani Mahama on Thursday, December 11th, 2025. The Clerk to Parliament has officially notified the Electoral Commission of a vacancy after the Tamale High Court ordered for a rerun of the Pandai parliamentary elections. The announcement was contained in a letter dated December 4, 2025, the Clerk to Parliament, Ebenezer Ahuma Jetro. The Clerk to Parliament informed the Electoral Commission, that Chairperson Jane Mensah, that the vacancy arose after the High Court in Tamale directed a rerun of the constituency's parliamentary elections. Acting under Article 1125 of the 1992 Constitution, the clerk noted that the correspondence is the official notification required to trigger the process for conducting a new election in the Pandai constituency. The letter stated that the Electoral Commission has been duly notified as mandated by law. In Pandai, tribal chiefs of Pandai in the northern region are opposing the ordered rerun of the constituency's parliamentary elections. Traditional leaders fear that the rerun will spark chaos and jeopardize the peace of the area.
The chiefs, made up of Nauri, Chubrum, Konkoba, Kotokoli, Basari, Chokosi and other sub-chiefs within the Pandai traditional area were firm in their demand. They want the Tamale High Court ruling on the Pandai parliamentary election results set aside to allow the NPP's parliamentary candidate, Matthew Nyindam, to represent the people in parliament. According to them, the same election that produced President John Dramani Mahama also produced Matthew Nyindam, insisting that annulling part of the result is inconsistent and unfair.
We were informed that elections are won at the polling stations during the 2012 Supreme Court proceedings on the election petition. As chiefs, we are concerned about the potential consequences of a rerun, should it be upheld. If violence and vandalism at the collation center and the destruction of electoral materials by aggrieved individuals can lead to a rerun, undoubtedly we have a very good reason to say that it will definitely set a dangerous precedent for future elections in Pandai.
Chief of Blajai, Nana Nkpejafo Nkpawiese II, warned that the situation in Pandai is volatile and that a rerun could trigger serious conflict if President Mahama does not intervene.
We, the chiefs, respectfully are calling on the President and all stakeholders to ensure that the will of the people of Pandai constituency is duly respected regarding the 2024 parliamentary elections. And so we say, no rerun in our constituency.
Meanwhile, both NPP and NDC parliamentary candidates are in the constituency, engaging their supporters. At the NPP constituency office, national executives led by General Secretary Justin Fripong Kodua met supporters and called for calm. He insisted that the NDC candidate, Daniel Nsalawakpa, has no case, but is only attempting to intimidate the NPP's legitimately elected MP, a move he said the party will resist.
There's also the Pampone for and the person that Munjila Pintim, Mobia Dadamu, Mobia Suram, Obia Sutufa to Trasem Emma, Mosia Kotuaba, Yabako, Samukasabu Botia, Edia Kasa, there's also Pandai Betches and Mema Ukuma.
For his part, embattled MP Matthew Nyindam expressed confidence in sustaining his victory, adding that any violence during the rerun will be met with equal resistance.
152 pictures in India. Yes, yeah, 152 pictures in India. But some may have been as a pass of a boy chronotia, and the other day, then tears. Obia Kufia, Momo, Abisiama, and yet, say a passy of a trouble. By the grace of God, Yamia Dumti, Matthew Mesa for Parliament 2020.
Both parties await the final determination of the appeal challenging the Tamale High Court ruling on the constituency's disputed election results. Stanley Nibler, TV3 News, Pandai, Northern Region.
Away from Pandai, but still on elections, let's take a look at the political, social, and economic state of the country 1 year after the December 7 elections.
Months ago, millions of Ghanaians turned up at various polling stations to cast their ballots in both the presidential and parliamentary elections. The ballot did more than choose a president. It redrew Ghana's political map. An incumbent administration that tried to break the two-term precedent faced an opposition determined to halt that agenda. A few hours after the polls closed, the then governing NPP held a media briefing during which the spokesperson of the party's flag bearer, Dennis Miracles Abuaje, claimed that the National Democratic Congress, the NDC, was losing the election.
The NDC are clearly losing these elections and they know it. As we speak, the elections have already been counted at the polling stations. We are winning these elections as a party. Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia is winning these elections.
The then opposition, National Democratic Congress, NDC, minutes later, also held its own engagement on Sunday, 8th December. The party's communications officer, Sami Jenfi, said the results demonstrated a clear majority for the NDC in Parliament.
So far, even if you take out the contentious ones, the NDC is hovering around 185 parliamentary seats. And as you saw from the results we showed you, the presidential results, we are hovering around 56%. The difference between John Mahama and Alhaji Bawumia is over 1.5 million votes.
A year on, how has that goodwill translated into results? For some citizens, progress has been noticeable. Promises turned into programs, and for others, promises still unfulfilled. The cost of living still high.
There's been noticeable changes, things that the government said they would do. I think they are on course.
When you get to the market, you don't see the changes in prices, and so you're not seeing that reflection in your pocket. There are some progress, we see them, but then this particular one is still a problem. We have to see the reflection in our pocket.
For the defeated NPP, the past year has been reorganization under pressure. A contentious post-election thank you tour exposed internal rifts. With the flag-bearer election due in January 2026, the NPP faces a sprint to present unity or risk further decline. The governing NDC is beginning internal conversations about assertion and party direction. Who succeeds President Mahama? Unofficially, some names have popped, but beyond the parties and individuals, what lessons did the 2024 elections teach the nation?
You cannot take voters for granted. The voter orientation seems to be changing, and voters are becoming more concerned about their personal development and national development.
The product of misgovernance is a testament to the gargantuan loss that the NPP government suffered. And so far, I also will suggest that it is also the way and manner the NDC conducted themselves and how they prosecuted their campaign, that in itself equally, inured to the benefit of the party.
The next general election is 3 years away. And the two major political parties, the governing NDC and the opposition, the NPP, are hoping that programs they are putting in place will inure to their benefit and translate into votes on December 7, 2028. Noble Crosbyan and TV3 News, Accra.
And now to the courts. The Accra High Court has varied bail conditions of NPP Ashanti Regional Chairman Wontumi after noting the investigators' failure to comply with directives. Chairman Wontumi, who has pleaded not guilty to permitting two persons to undertake mining operations on his concession without obtaining ministerial approval, had initially been ordered to report to investigators as part of his bail conditions. In court on Monday, November 8th, however, the presiding judge indicated that the investigators had to repeatedly fail to comply with orders and directed Wontumi to now report directly to the court registrar. The court has dismissed an application by Wontumi's lawyers seeking additional disclosures of some documents from the prosecution.
The ruling suggests that yes, we had a right to ask for those documents, yet the Attorney General doesn't have any such document in existence. We're asking for three main documents. One of an alleged conveyance between Chairman Wontumi and a certain unknown guy who is a prosecution witness, Henry Inkum. And two, a purported or an alleged conveyance between Akunta Mines and Henry Inkum. Both documents don't exist by the ruling of the court.
The fight against illegal mining in the Western region has entered a new phase, with focus on the complete removal of all chamfang machines to restore the Ankobra River. The leader of the Anti-Illegal Mining Task Force has said that in the Western Regional National Security Liaison Officer, Brigadier General Musa Waja, retired, warns any illegal miner found on the river will be dealt with. Irama Smith has more of the story.
After several weeks of riverine operations in the Ankobra River to restore its natural flow and reduce its turbidity, the Anti-Illegal Mining Task Force has developed a new strategy to no longer ban illegal mining equipment found on the river. The first phase of this new approach, which began from Jura-Riaso to Ampansie in the Evaluate-Jura municipality, has already seen the removal of these chamfang machines.
We have entered a new phase of our operation, and that is the removal of all chamfangs, new and old damaged ones, including the platforms and other related galamsey equipment on the river. Now, our aim is to make sure that we cover the whole length and breadth of the Ankobra River and remove all these unwanted items.
While commending the Western Naval Command for their crucial support in the anti-illegal mining campaign, Brigadier General Musa Waja, retired, issued a warning that after the current operation, any illegal miners found on the river would face uncompromising consequences.
We want to send warning to all illegal miners that once we have cleared the Ankobra River of all chamfangs and platforms and other related illegal mining equipment, any equipment that we find on the Ankobra River, it means that that particular area, a personnel have crossed the start line. We want to warn them that there will be no compromise on this. So that is our warning that we are sounding to all of them. And it is going to be regular.
Irama Smith, TV3 News, Western Region.
And now, a new FDA UNICEF national survey has revealed that the Greater Accra and Northern regions record the highest number of children with dangerous levels of lead in their blood. The report points to a major safety gap in Ghana's food and cosmetics market, citing high lead and cadmium contamination in products such as coal, turmeric, and cereal mixes, all posing serious risks to child development and public health. The Deputy CEO of the FDA, Roderick Kwabena Daddy Ajay wants the public to be on a lookout.
Heavy metals are, should I say, chemicals that when they get into us in small quantities, they can really have a terrible effect. It can be neurological, it can attack, it can cause cancer. It worries our children. What we say that they say, or the metal pots that we use, it's unfortunate you can't see with your eyes, but those that have been made with lead, you need to avoid. And that means that probably when you are buying, you should check with the people you are buying from that has lead been used. It might be a difficult answer to get, but if you could avoid it, why not leave it, And then we also, in the results, we're talking about Ayilo or Shri. Those from the north may call it Farinkasa. Ayilo is not food. However, because of what has happened, the test that FDA did, we've been able to see that some contain it. So even some Tom Brown that we also came across also were contaminated also in that same way. They should stop using them. The Food and Drug Authority with Standards Authority and state agencies would work with them.
And in the Upper West region, the Upper West Regional Police Command has arrested 9 suspects and recovered 4 service weapons and magazines following a mob attack on police officers by some youth in the Sari community in the Jirapa municipality of the Upper West region. The mob attack, which occurred on Friday, December 5th, saw about 30 young people attack officers who were conducting inquiries in the Sari community near Jirapa, disarming them of their weapons and causing varied injuries to them. DCOP Francis Yiribari in the Upper West Regional Commander, and he had this to say.
Swift action of the police, and of course some members, elders of the community, the assemblyman and others, we have been able to retrieve at the moment all weapons that were in the hands of these criminals. The last were the 2 magazines, and then they are also being recovered this morning. During the rout, the attack, they injured all the police officers very badly, and 3 of them are still on admission. 1 was referred to the Wa Regional Hospital, and he's still on admission there. 2 others have been discharged, and they are still attending hospital for frequent review. We want to caution the general public, not just the Jirapa community or anyone, but the Ghanaian public, and they should desist this violent attack on law enforcement officials when they are on their duty, lawful duty of course. We are there to maintain peace, but we are not there to punish any individual unjustifiably.
Thank you. The Trades Union Congress is demanding an immediate suspension of the latest utility tariff increases, warning that the government should halt the move or face strong resistance from organized labor. Secretary General of the Trades Union Congress, Joshua Ansah, was addressing a news conference in Accra.
Last week, the PURC announced new tariff adjustments, 9.8% for electricity and 15.9% for water. The announcement has sparked anger among the TUC and its affiliate unions. Addressing a news conference in Accra, TUC Secretary General Joshua Ansah described the increases as insensitive and urged government to immediately suspend their implementation.
In the spirit of fairness and mutual respect for our social partnership, we demand that government suspends the announced tariff increases. Government and PURC should, as a matter of priority, immediately engage as agreed to exhaust the consultative process.
He warned that failure to act swiftly would provoke the full wrath of the TUC.
Leadership of TUC wishes to assure Ghanaian workers that it will resist any tariff increases that would erode the mega 9% government wage adjustment unless government comes back to the negotiation table to top up the 2026 wage adjustments.
The TUC Secretary General Joshua Ansa also called on government to review upward the recently announced base pay adjustment, insisting that the 9% increase is inadequate.
Why should workers pay for the new tariff increment come January 1, 2026, when their mega 9% pay adjustment will be paid at the end of January 2026? This obviously borders on insensitivity.
We gonna roll the union. And the government has cited major defects and the deteriorating condition of the current fleet of aircrafts as the reason it is purchasing a new executive jet and 4 helicopters. The move, since its announcement, has been questioned by the minority, but aviation experts have urged strict discipline and maintenance to ensure the new aircrafts last their full lifespan. Christian Yale has this to report.
The presidential jet Falcon 900EX has suffered serious defects like corrosion in the tanks and fuel leakage, which grounded it several months for repairs in France. A report by the Defense and Interior Committee reveals the model is not in production, making acquisition of its parts challenging.
The aircraft has to undergo a leak test of the fuel tanks, a third engine ground run, painting of the wing lower panel, and finally an acceptance flight will be performed. The Falcon 900 executive aircraft will return to Ghana after all the necessary tests.
Key Air Force aircraft like the Falcon 900EX, Mi-17, Z-9EH and the CASA C-295M helicopters are either aging, unreliable or experience prolonged downtimes due to severe technical faults. According to reports, almost all the helicopters are unserviceable. The reason Parliament has approved $60 million for the purchase of a new executive jet, Falcon 6X, and €125 million for 4 new helicopters.
I'm talking about 1.2 billion United States dollars to purchase presidential debt when you cannot pay nurses, when you cannot recruit workers.
Nowhere in this budget is $1.2 billion allocated for the purchase of a presidential jet.
They want to blow several billions of cedis, 3.6 billion cedis in the budget on luxury aircraft, in addition to the so-called pristine Falcon, all for the luxury and transportation of the president and the executive. There is not a single allocation to acquisition of fighter jets.
If we are saying that we would acquire 2 transport aircraft for the Ghana Air Force, it is because it is a requirement of the Air Force itself, and the ranking member knows this. It is not just about a presidential jet, Mr. Speaker.
The race, the usual politics, but experts agree aging aircraft are more expensive and life-threatening.
If you have an aging aircraft in the civil aviation system, for instance, aging aircraft, you have a maintenance program that you use in servicing the aircraft. At the same time, because of the structural integrity of the aircraft, you also need to do the aging aircraft maintenance program, which makes it very expensive. The aircraft can be unserviceable and you can't get components to buy to replace them.
Benjamin Owusu, while touting the qualities of the Falcon 6X, wants enhanced training and maintenance culture for crew and engineers.
With regards to corrosion and all that, even the Falcon 6X can also encounter corrosion because of the location of our country. Because there are some components that when they are faulty, you definitely have to fix it within 24 hours. But when you exhaust the timeline for that particular the unserviceable component on the aircraft, then there's no way you can fly the aircraft. And so they must instill discipline and policy.
The presidential aircraft is part of the Air Force fleet, a reason the Falcon 6X is captured as being purchased for the Ghana Air Force. Payment for the delivery of the jet and the 4 helicopters is spread across a 4-year period beginning December 2025. Christian Yale, TV3 News.
And that's it for the news on TV3 Newday. Cookie Teen, Roland Walker, and I will be back with the rest of the show. Do stay tuned.
Joy?
Please, this is not Eddie Joy.
It's not Eddie Joy.
This is my own closet. My own closet. This is not Eddie Joy.
So she told me that she was going to come from my own closet, and so I also decided to come with Ellis Couture, Side 3, Tema Community 1. How are you? Charlie, I've missed you. Give me a hug. Give me a hug.
I miss you too.
Give me a hug.
Lomo. I miss you too.
And then congratulations on your show, Rhythms on the Runway. Beautiful show.
Thank you.
Isn't it lovely to see Roland in such a good mood?
Yeah. No, I'm in a good mood. I never knew that I was here, Charlie. Then I come, no, the lady there. I didn't see your car, or I didn't watch.
Oh, the car is outside.
She has a new one.
No, I don't have a new one yet.
So you don't know the car.
I don't have a new one yet.
I'm sure I didn't look. But welcome.
You didn't. Thank
Charlie,
you.
But I missed you.
Yeah,
even though we talk on the side.
Exactly.
I missed you.
But Rolly does well though. Every now and then, Rolly will call and check.
Oh,
Rolly
that's
always,
nice.
Yes, he
so
would always
you actually
do
make phone
that.
calls. You
Oh, no, he can't. Oh, he calls me.
You don't have my number.
Yeah.
Because you have never called me before. You have never called me before.
Maybe it's because you also don't call him.
Oh,
it's a two-way street, honey. It's a two-way street. So call him and he will call you as well.
Give me the song. Give me the song.
What does it mean?
I'm sure it's a slang that we probably do not
it's
understand.
not an word.
No.
But Kitty be your friend, no be so.
I'll ask Kitty. I'm sure it's one of those things that just comes up in the studio when they are recording and stuff like that, and I'm sure they run. They run with it. Ofanenle. No more only, but
ole no ni jifufor.
Fufor is this one.
Breast, yeah. Lomo. It has to be lomo.
Oh my days.
How have you guys been?
Charlie, we've been okay. We've been okay.
Thank you. I miss you guys too. And I just want to say thank you. Listen, every time I'm off for a bit, the text messages, the calls, people meet me in town. Where are you? We don't see you anymore. When are you coming back? And all of that. Ladies and gentlemen, Cookie T is back. And I'm back for good. Thank you so much for your care and your concern whilst I was away. It means a great deal to me. God bless all of you. Rhonda Shaw, I know you are rolling in the house by now. Rhonda will come to me every Sunday and she goes like, Cookie Tiwumba. Cookie Tiwumba.
You go to the same church?
Yeah, we go to the same church.
Yeah.
So Rhonda, I'm back. Ebo Samoni, good morning to you. Kocho Denge, good morning to you. All my friends and family who wake up every morning to watch, good morning to you. Daddy O, good morning. Mami O as well. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Rolly, I miss you. How have you been?
I've been okay. I was Rhythm on the Runway.
It was absolutely fantastic.
Roland, I thought you were there.
Yes. Thank you to all of our patrons. You know TV3. You know TV3 is one of our media partners. Yes. So we streamed live on Facebook as well. Thank you so much, TV3 Commercial, Mr. Ma, and TB, everybody. You guys have been tremendously supportive, and I'm very, very grateful. And to all of our patrons, Rhythms on the Runway, thank you. We come back next year bigger and better.
And did you see our team there?
Yes.
Shadrach, Anita, and
Daryl. For me so
Roland at the background.
Yes,
Roland,
Rolly in the back.
Yeah.
Rolly in the back.
Yeah,
Roland, you weren't there.
Background.
I was expecting to see Roland on the walk.
That's what I wanted him to do, but he was too busy for me. Next year you're working for 1957.
Fantastic. Yeah. And then since you went away, a lot of things have happened.
Tell me.
They read the budget.
I
you didn't know
that.
They're even going to build a new expressway, Accra to Kumasi.
Oh, wow.
You don't know about that?
No, that I don't know.
Even Martin Yindam, the MP for Pandai, has been taking all the seats.
That's one there, I know.
Yeah, just yesterday.
And the chiefs are saying that.
Exactly. That, well, they don't want a rerun, even though the rerun has been ordered by the court.
Okay.
And also,
but my confusion is the discrepancy was just like in some polling stations, right? Yeah. So why are we doing a total rerun? And why wasn't that the same thing for Ablekuma North? I just want to understand. That's the order of the court.
Some of these things, I think when we see the full judgments, we'll get to appreciate it better. But that was the order of the court, that it should be a complete rerun. And so the previous results from December have been completely annulled. And so Pandai is currently without a member of parliament.
Yesterday, the Speaker of Parliament was officially informed that seat is vacant, so we have to do a rerun. And I'm told it's going to be somewhere in March next year. Wow.
So while we wait for that, we've heard from the traditional leaders, and they were speaking in an interview where they stated emphatically that they were not on one side of the political divide. So they're both NPP and NDC chiefs, and they do not want a rerun because they like the peace that they are enjoying, and they don't want anything that would destabilize the peace of
they are
Pandai.
enjoying at the moment.
Yeah,
I see.
Yeah. However, the NDC have said that they know these chiefs. They know them, and they are NPP. And the member of parliament, the former member of parliament who has been removed, has actually been in the constituency organizing for the chiefs to make this statement. That's according to Dr. Tanko.
But I was just going to ask that. What's Dr. Tanko that's what saying about it? Okay.
He's saying that he has seen that this, he has intelligence that the removed member of parliament has been in the constituency for the past 3 days or so, organizing for these press conferences to happen. So the chiefs are chiefs that he knows because he's been director for elections. For the northern region for over 10 years. And so he's familiar with these people. And so he knows them. And so it surprises him that they would, say that they are not NPP or they are both represented by NDC, NPP, whoever, that he knows them. And this is the workings of the former member of parliament. We'll bring you that video so that you can have a better appreciation of what the chiefs said and also what Dr. Tanko Computer said yesterday on Ghana Tonight, speaking to Alfred Okanse. But the news as we have it is that the seat is vacant. The parliament has been officially informed. The Electoral Commission have been informed. We are expecting that there will be a rerun. The chiefs in Pandai say that they don't want a rerun. I'm not sure what that means exactly, or if they are clothed with the power or authority to actually say that they don't want a rerun. I'm not sure how that works.
They are not. That's not what the Constitution says.
What they're doing actually is just sharing an opinion.
Okay.
But the court's judgment is what holds sway. And I think that we'll go with the court's judgment so far. I know that there's been an appeal by the legal representatives of Martin Yindam, the now former member of parliament, because he has to subject himself to this rerun. So
has he actually filed the appeal?
I have to ascertain that, but so far that's
they said they will.
Yeah,
but have they actually gone ahead?
They have.
All right.
So,
all right.
So then, what's the question we're asking audience this morning?
What do we make of all of it? What do we make of all of this? We went to the polls in December. Results were announced. There have been
that was
some.
Just a year ago.
Yeah, it's been exactly 1 year.
1 year. I was busy in the north.
This matter has been in court since January of this year. And 11 months later, the court gave a ruling on the 24th of November. It took long, but it has finally come out. Now, the chiefs say that they do not want a rerun. The question which is asked, well, you knew this was in court. You knew that the court would give a judgment that could go either way. Why have the chiefs not said anything this whole time and waited this long after the judgment of the court to say they do not want a rerun? Now, what does this even mean, saying they do not want a rerun? What do you make of the entire situation? Let us know. Give us a call. The phone numbers will be on the screen in a moment. But we'll also be going into big issues today. And the gentleman will be joining us. We're going to be looking at the matter of the special prosecutor and some statements that the staffer, Sami Dakun, has made in recent times on Saturday.
Sami Dakun.
Yeah, on Saturday.
He's Director for Research and Strategy.
Yes. He made some pronouncements on Newsfile with Samson Ladi and said that there has been 2 assassination attempts
on him,
on the special prosecutor, and he was handcuffed and beaten up by 17 police officers. So some very disturbing disclosures which he made.
He had time to actually count if he was being assaulted. I'm just asking.
Yeah, that's one of the questions that many people are asking. But the problem now is that the Ministry of Interior has said that this year
there hasn't been anything.
This assassination attempt could not have happened this year, and there has also not been an official report to any of the police stations across the country. But they are currently investigating the matter. And so we're going to be going into it just to understand properly how these things work and whether the special prosecutor was investigating, whether the office, the OSP, was investigating by themselves, and how this can even happen at all. you know, in this country.
Yeah.
It's very disturbing. We're going to go into it. And we'll also look at the
Tariff
TUC,
increments.
PREC, yes.
Tariff increments.
The tariff increments, which is supposed to happen from January of next year. But of course, the TUC say no.
They say no.
You know, the PRC cannot do that without concluding the consultation process with the TUC. Organized labor doesn't agree. We'll get into that a bit further on big issues. But let's go into this morning. The matter before us is the Pandai election disputes, the court order, and the trouble with the chiefs.
During the 2012 Supreme Court proceedings on the election petition, as chiefs, we are concerned about the potential consequences of a rerun, should it be upheld. If violence and vandalism at the collation center and the destruction of electoral materials by aggrieved individuals can lead to a rerun, undoubtedly, we have a very good reason to say that it will definitely set a dangerous precedent for future elections in Pandai. Chiefs respectfully are calling on the President and all stakeholders to ensure that the will of the people of Pandai constituency is duly respected regarding the 2024 parliamentary elections. And so we say, no rerun in our constituency.
The winning year, there's also the Pampone for and the person that Munjila Pintim, Mopia Dadamu, Mopia Su Ramu, Obiasu Tufa to Trasem Embaha, Mosia Kotwaba, Yabako, Samukasa Bubotia, Yadiakasa, there's also Pandai, Betches and Mema Ukuma.
For his part,
152 pictures in India. Yes, you were there. 152 pictures in India. But some of you bet nas pass on the boy chronotier. And the end of the Tias. Obia Kufia, Momo Abisiama and yet. Say a passy of a trouble. By the grace of God, Yamia Dumti, Matthew Messa for Parliament 20.
All right, and those are some of the clips on matters arising from Pandai. But I want to find out what you make of all of it. What are your thoughts? Let us know. I think this call should go to Cookie. Cookie, there's a special call for you.
Cookie G.
Oh my God. Alaji, good morning.
What happened?
Thank you, Alaji. Thank you. Oh, wow. A long while. Alaji, thank you for checking on me always. You were sending me messages and asking where I was, but I'm back now. Good morning.
Yeah, thank you to see you back. Let me send my blessing to my friend, best friend, Rula. Well, that's right.
Tibia. Gombian.
Gombian. Pondo atakar wumbi semaya. Let me send my blessing to Honorable Senator Aya for First Deputy Speaker and Shamima Muslim and her husband Alaji Alasan and Chairman of Oso Ampo and Chief of Staff Honorable G.S. Debra and entire listeners. When you look at the chief comment, I think Kandahar issue, we need to look about this. Because when we went to the 2024 election and we stood the verdict and we sent the case into court, court has given the judgment and you are not coming out to killing the judgment. Do you think that President John Dramani Mahama is the judge? So what kind of life is that? So you say you don't want any by-election, rerun in Pandai, not by-election, rerun in Pandai. You don't have such authority in this country. Because we have been experiencing this. We go to the Abekumanov to do the rerun. After the rerun, and we went to the by-election in the Akotia. So this one will add, and it will be a rerun and the one by-election. You see, when you look about this, we should look about our people, and we have been selected because you MPP, you don't have such power. Your time, we all saw what is happening. Now look at the first judgment, and they have been given. And you have problem with that judgment. So I think some of us, if you start campaigning, go into campaign. If you don't want to contest, you can remove yourself. But the chief, I just want to tell the chief, if you are a non-MPP member, just tell her I'm an MPP member. Okay. So I'll go with the MPP direction. Right. But if not so, and you say you don't want any rerun, that one day you don't have a power.
Fab.
To tell you no lie. May God bless our homeland, Ghana, and make our nation great and strong.
Amen. Amen. Thank you for calling us. Thank you for your time. Enjoy the rest of your day. You're very kind to me. God bless you. And I'm told Sani from Wale Wale is also on the line. Good morning, Sani.
Good morning. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Welcome to TV3 Newday.
Okay. I also want to welcome you back to the studio.
Thank you.
We'll miss you greatly. And then anytime that you are not part of the team, even though it's enjoyable, but you always put the icing on the cake. So whenever you are not there, in fact, we are not happy. So welcome you back.
Thank you.
To the studio.
Thank
and
you.
I can see that you have put a lot of, weight in your body too. So,
a lot of weight in my body.
So thank you very much,
Sani.
And then, yes, having said that, I want to, you see, now that Parliament has given, the notification to Electoral Commission, in fact, they should not wait. Time is not on their side. Because if you look at the day that the court gave the direction, today is the 16th day, and then the court said that they should conduct the election within 30 days.
Yeah.
So they now left with barely 14 days to conduct the election, and then failure to do so will amount to contempt of the court, and the Electoral Commissioner is fully aware of that. So you have to start the processes quickly, and the ballot boxes, they are already there. She's only going to bring papers and all that, so that she will fulfill that kind of directive from the court, which is 30 days. So that the right representative of the people will go to Parliament and represent the people of Pandai, okay? So that we will promote their interests and all that. With regard to the chiefs, you see, I think that they must be very careful so that they will prevent or they will protect the integrity and sanctity of the chieftaincy institution. We know that chiefs are not supposed to engage in partisan politics. Do you understand? Right. So when you come out and be doing politics, and they say that calling yourselves NDC, MPP chiefs, who don't know the chiefs of this country? We know that we have MPP chiefs, and then we also have what? NDC chiefs across the country. So when they are pretending and say that they are NPP, they are NDC, you see, it's neither here nor there. You see, the Constitution also guarantees the court the right, to govern this country or to determine election petition. Same Constitution guarantees you the chief, the right to also represent us in our local areas. You understand? Nobody can just wake up one day and say that I am a chief unless you belong to that kind of chieftaincy limit. So they should also respect the court. You don't have to come out and say that, they shouldn't contest the election and all that. I think that is disrespect to the court. Thank you very much.
Sani, thank you for calling us too. Enjoy the rest of your day. You can also call us. Let's know what you make of the whole Bandai situation. And now we have a caller from Tamale.
Every time we get a caller from Tamale, in fact, this week, I remember my heartbreaking story when House of Folk played in Tamale this weekend. Anyway, good morning, sir. What's your name?
Good morning, madam.
Yes, sir. What's your name?
This is Yaya calling you from Tamale Central.
Welcome to the show. Great to have you. What are your thoughts on this matter?
This is Yaya calling you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much for the opportunity given me.
Pleasure.
Let me extend my greetings to a member of Parliament, Professor Ali Macedo, Tema Central, and Haruna Idrisu, good morning. So you see, what happened to Pandaya? In fact, people to learn lessons too. Sister, the same thing happened to Gamsogo, 2020 elections. Sister, in fact, they do a way, and they thought they could come to the regional office and declare the deputy regional minister as MP elect for Gamsogo. So because of that, in fact, they sent it to the regional office here, in Tamale here. They didn't declare it there. And the people fought until, because MPP is in power that time, no one listened to them. So that case went a full case. Now, when they went to change in the four elections, that MP fell down. You see, these people, anything that are doing things, instead of going to do it genuinely, so that the people will know that if my candidate didn't win, I can live in peace of mind. That they will do a lot of Kululu ways to make that, in fact, to return their man to parliament. Now look at what's happening. The Pandai situation tells them that they should do things always justice. So that if your people didn't win, no problem. They will prepare next coming. But they only do things on their own way. And anytime they are in power, they take the law into their own hands and do things upon how they like it. Now, law is working. Law is now working. The law is the law today. So we are appealing to the Pandai people. They should do well and vote for the NDC candidate. Now, all go to campaign for now. Sister, they should look at the 24-hour economy that we are putting in place, the researching that we are trying to do to vote for NDC candidates, so NDC parliament will be a winner, so that Pandaya will develop a lot of development there. Have a nice day.
All right, thank you for the call. Let's take some messages now.
Well, so we have a couple of messages, so I'll start quickly with Randa Shao. I think it says... okay, my recap is mischievous. I look happy. Yeah, Cookie is back. We're even wearing almost the same colors. I called number and I said she didn't have this color. So,
do you have my number?
I think people still forget the law is the law in this country, according to Randa Shao. So she continues. The court has given its verdict, and so shall it be. How can a chief speak like this? As a leader, your words must bring comfort, peace, and hope. Like I said once again, the law is the law. And then also I have this one from Ralph Akuse, who says, how can chiefs in the community say they don't want a rerun of an election ordered by a court? The chiefs should declare their colors so that the people will have pity and vote for Matthew again. From Ralph Akuse. And Courage Kotoka from Anglogan Lashibi, good morning to you, Courage. Wishing you all the best for the day. If I may ask, where were the chiefs before this issue was sent to court? And are those chiefs really chiefs? Whether they like it or not, Pandai will certainly go green, you say. And then Mr. Stephen Penn from WA says, please tell Cookie T.
Oh, Stephen, good morning.
That her father is welcoming her. I believe so many people, including me, have missed her. Well, so Stephen Penn from WA says that, well, welcome. So we have Prince Nania York watching us from the UK. Nana, good morning to you. Says that, Roland, you forgot to tell her about Kpebu Nation and OSP.
I know about that one.
And this is his substantive message. While I respect the views of the traditional chiefs, they have been voting in every election cycle without any violence. The constitution and the law should not be violated just to satisfy emotional sentiments. Pandai will turn green just like Akwetia did, and the process will remain peaceful. You see what the MPP chiefs are doing? They are campaigning. They should focus, okay, and then he also says PURC should focus on helping the government recover funds misappropriated by previous office holders. And then Chairman Riches William Kukoti also said, welcome back.
Thank
that
you.
You're looking splendid, particularly loves your dress.
Thank you.
And that's from Cookie's Closet, 1957. Rhythms on the Runway. Kwesi Mensah from the US, Albany, New York, says that Cookie T is just looking so beautiful. And all of you are just looking splendid. And then puts the picture in a proper grid. I'm at the top, Cookies at the side, and then Nice at the other.
Can you imagine?
Charlie.
I see it.
Yeah.
Wow. That's some effort, though.
Yeah.
Thank
Screenshot
you.
on the street. Master Planner Junior.
Okay, Kintampo is on the line. Hello, Master Planner. Good morning. This is TV3 Newday. Shall we hear you? Hello, Master Planner. Okay, looks like the plan is not planning this morning. Yeah, so we'll move on to another caller or more messages if you have.
Oseboating from Kede says that this is pure robbery. Elections were organized. We have a member of parliament working for the good people of Pandai. All of a sudden, the government has instigated the courts for this verdict to be achieved. God is not an altar man. MPP will win once again. Pandai will turn blue, red, white.
All right, let's go to the Upper West region and speak to this caller. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, sir. What's your name?
My name is Nuri Francis from Upper West region.
Nuri, you're welcome. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning to Roland, Kukiti, and Na.
Good morning.
I think our leaders should be mindful of the precedents that they are setting. Chiefs coming out to declare their intentions or to make open their intentions that they don't agree to what the court has decided. I think they are rather shooting themselves from the foot, because you know that we are under a constitution, and one arm of the constitution is saying that we should have a rerun. And here you are saying that you don't want them to have a war in or is it they want peace in their constituency? Forgetting that that peace that they are also asking for can infringe on some people's rights. Here we are talking about some number of polling stations that they have not included their vote. So what about those people too? Are we saying that their vote does not matter? I think the chiefs, it's high time they have to move away from the politics and concentrate on their true mandate. We have a lot of community disputes around there. We have lots of land issues around there. We have basic problems around there. They are not concentrating on that one. And their main motive is to tell the court that they don't agree with them. I think they are only blowing hot air. I know that they will have a rerun there. And I pray that the people's choice will be selected.
All right.
Having said that, I would like to greet our chairman, Chairman Bonas, heavyweight chairman, Chairman Bonas, greet our MP, that is Honorable Dr. Rashid Pelpo. Then I'll plead on behalf of our MP, that is Cletus, Honorable Cletus, that the government should please do something. Don't forget that Cletus is coming from a constituency where Bagbin ruled for some number of years. And I think Bagbin should have a rethink about getting something for Cletus.
All right.
The Nadole Kelo constituency.
All right.
We are
Thank
really
you for your comment.
out.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. You can also call us. The phone number is on the screen. And by the way, if you haven't cashed out with us today, you want to do so, dial *439#. That's the number to dial if you want to win big on the show this morning. On Christmas Day, we've got, how much? 30,000?
Friday, I've got a surprise coming
on
because
Friday.
Yes, I am back.
This particular
yes,
Friday.
This very Friday, I've got a surprise
Money
coming.
cookie.
He's back.
Cash Money Cookie is back. Yeah. So be on the lookout for Friday. The money will flow on Friday.
But ahead of Friday, just let's make some today. *439#, dial, and then select option 2 for TV3. Play about 25 times. 25 times. Win 1,000 Ghana cedis on the show this morning, and the cash comes to your wallet. Immediately we do the draw. No long calls, nothing. All right? All right. So cash out with us. Are we back on the line with Master Planner?
I guess so.
Master Planner, the call dropped earlier. Great to have you join us again. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Let me say a special good morning to you. And then my good friend, Roland, Paparo.
Good morning to you.
Yeah. Kukiti, Ababa.
Yeah, Patrol, what is saying?
I can see Roland has really made you. You are even not wearing the same colors, but Roland is trying to make it look the same color. Paparo. So I was asked, I do the same color, Namasha.
It belongs to the same family. Me and I are the same family. Can you imagine?
Master Planner Junior, now policy analyst. And you know Master Planner Junior. Master Planner Junior. You haven't told our audience which position you are running for. We need to campaign for you. Which position are you running for?
For BBO.
Okay, I'll be running for the constituency communication officer.
For MPP, right?
Yes, please.
And then you're good, so you should be voted for.
I see.
Or you are going unopposed. Mashallah.
I know the constituents will surely vote for me. Even currently, I'm looking forward to go unopposed because so far.
Master Planner, advert not so.
Roland, let me greet former President Nana Donkakufa, the former Vice President Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, and then appeal to all MPP delegates to vote for Dr. Bawumia number 3 on the ballot paper. From the Tamale High Court's decision, it clearly states that President Mahama is not validly elected as President of Ghana. Because if we have issues on only 41 polling stations and you say we should go for entire run in the constituency, it means the presidential too, we have to go for a run. All the constituencies that we had challenges, we have to do a rerun in all those constituencies, both presidential and parliamentary. If the votes there will be more than 1.5 million, it means it can change the election results at the presidential. So I'm appealing with the
as
MPP.
for this, your analogy, I don't know where you are getting it from.
No. Let me explain it well.
I understand what you are saying. I'm finding it difficult. I'm finding it difficult to see how you would come to this analogy to start with.
Police stations that are in contention, and then the Electoral Commission is saying that we should go for a run in the whole constituency. And I'm also saying that all the constituencies that we had those challenges. Then we have to go for a run, both presidential and parliamentary. Okay. And I'm saying that if those constituencies votes will be more than 1.5 million votes, then my party MPP should also file an appeal to the Supreme Court so that we go for presidential rerun. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Master Planner Kintampo, for that call. Interesting analogy there. We have another caller joining us from the Valley View University.
Valley View, yeah.
Yes. Hello.
Thank you, Master Planner Kintampo.
Are you there? I think we lost them there. Do we have more messages coming in?
Okay, so we have a couple of messages. And this one is coming from Gabi Nakusokachi, who is celebrating the birthday. Gabi, happy birthday to you. Says, welcome, Kukiti, after a successful Rhythms on the Runway event. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Oseye J from Taifa says that this is pure robbery. This rerun should not happen. But, well, what can we do? That is why we need more seats in Parliament as MPP. And I believe Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia will be a winner 2028. All right. And then we have more comments coming through as well. So John Agringi and the wife, good morning to you. Wishing you all the best for the day. But this one is coming from Philippine Godo. And so Philippine Godo has a message, says, Cookie, you're looking very beautiful.
Thank you.
And is asking when Beatrice will be here. So Beatrice will be coming from Wednesdays, so don't worry. We're going to accommodate everybody. And that they miss you so much. You're looking beautiful.
Thank you.
So I should ask you where you got the dress from.
It's from my closet. I can't even remember where I bought it from. It's been years, but...
Okay, Philippine Godo.
I can't remember.
You can't remember?
No, I can't.
All right.
You have you seen the blink cards? You know where I'm going with this. All right, there's a world-class university right here in Ghana, Rosebank International University, a strong South African university, and a brand of the EduTech Group, Africa's largest private educational provider, with 146 schools across 5 African countries and over 100,000 learners, and partly owned by the World Bank through the IFC. Rosebank International University is fully accredited by the South African Qualifications Authority, the British Accreditation Council, GTech in Ghana, City Guilds UK, and Capsicum Culinary Studio. At Rosebank International University, we offer a Doctor of Business Administration, MBA, Master of Science and Master of Philosophy in Digital Marketing, Bachelor of Supply Chain Management, targeting professionals in freight forwarding, customs, and more. We offer hospitality and culinary arts available at diploma, undergraduate, and postgraduate levels. Our ICT has BSc, Information Technology in Business Systems, and IT, Computer Application Development, all carefully designed to equip you with the skills and qualifications needed for a successful global career. Our mission is simple: inspiring excellence. Admissions are now open for January 2026. Visit our modern campus at Airport Commercial, Opebia House, Accra, or apply online at www.riuc.edu.gh. Rosebank International University, building global citizens.
All right, so we have a couple of messages, and then we'll call it a segment, and then bring you big issues next. And this one is coming from Moses Beddy. It says that you're all looking beautiful, especially Kukiti, who is back, and Na as well. And Roland, I'm not too sure about your colors. And then the choices that you make. Why really? Is this direct insult?
I know,
and
right?
says that make sure you say happy birthday to my wife, Mrs. Patience Beddy, who is celebrating the birthday. So Mrs. Patience Beddy, from your husband Moses, happy birthday to you. Okay, Edu Jitamaklu says, you're all looking nice. Welcome back, Kukiti. Good morning now. And all of you. Roland, I know you are colorblind. Hey! I'm telling you. Today matter come. Okay. All right. You have some messages to read.
Yeah, well, first, I'd like to say a special happy birthday to Christiana Foriwa-Fori, the CEO of Christian Beauty Academy and Christian Salon. That's from Brassam, especially going out to you. Aziz Donla from Wa sent a message. Did you read Aziz Donla's message?
No, I didn't.
He says, Kukiti cannot just come here with empty hands. The fan base of Kukiti in the Upper West region would demonstrate against her massively if she doesn't show up with goats and drinks for us.
Wow, goods and drinks for
goods and drinks for us. All right, more messages coming in. Landlord from Bogadi Line says, good morning, Na, Cookie, Roland. When you throw a ball against the wall, it will come back at you. In the 8th Parliament, what happened to the Asin North NDC MP? And it has turned to be an MPP, Pandai MP. All right, so if Baumia had won the election, would Oforiatta have traveled to stay abroad for that long? I'm just asking. But where from this in this conversation that we're having? Abbas Abongo from Offenso sends a message, and he says, now Roland, the MPP party is collapsed under Akufo-Addo and Baumia. Their party has not been attractive to Ghanaians after the massive turn of the economy by Mahama. Then good morning, Cookie, Na, Roland. Let me take this opportunity to warmly welcome Cookie T back. I hope Johnny Hughes will also follow suit very soon. Na, in order for a permanent peace to prevail in Pandai, I think the rerun should be allowed to go through. As of now, there are a lot of thoughts as to whether the representation of the chiefs making the call actually cuts across political parties. Just as it happened in the Jesse Kwesing case, the rerun should come. If Mr. Nyindam thinks he actually won the elections genuinely, why should he be worried? Similarly, he will regain his seats as in the other cases. And that's from Simon Yeng, texting us from Wa.
Okay, so this one, we'll read this one before you read the last one. This one is coming from one of our favorite persons. He's a regular watcher, but also one of the lead engineers on the Maripoma executed project. That is the Accra and Sawam Road. Okay, the place. So Engineer Mahama says that it's a happy birthday for our twins. That is Mashood Kasi Mahama and Madat Saha Mahama. Have a blessed happy birthday. They all turn 3 today from myself, Engineer Mahama, and Siri Payata. Now be the wife as well, the mother.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy
And
birthday.
then Bonti Benjamin says, rerun or no rerun, Matthew Nyindam will be in Parliament till 7th January 2029. All right. And then we have more comments coming through. Okay, so we'll take through. This one is also coming from the Honorable Joyce Bawa Muktari. Good morning to you, ma'am. Says that fine people, happy people, brilliant people. Love to all of you. We're grateful. Welcome back, Cookie Tea, as well.
Thank
wishing you all the best.
Thank you, ma'am.
The Honorable Joyce Bawa Muktari
Thank
as
you.
well.
Well, special good morning going out to my MCE. It's been a while since we gave you shouts on the show today. Israel Ajete Ochema, aka Kuzor, MCE of Ledger Kuku. He's my MCE. A clinic community.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's cleaning the community.
Right.
He's cleaning up the community,
Okay.
the beaches
Right.
in Teshi, the gutters at the main Chiblo street.
He's
doing a fantastic job.
He's doing great work.
He's doing great work. He's doing great work. So
Logas says welcome.
Oh, Logas, thank you very much. Good morning to you. Thank you.
All right. That's it for this morning. We'll be back with the big issues. Stay tuned.
The panic, but if you're
Masquerades are scary, but bills shouldn't scare you. Be one of 10,000 lucky winners when you deposit multiples of 400 Ghana cedis or take a loan in multiples of 4,000 Ghana cedis to win up to 1.5 million Ghana cedis in cash and prizes. 1 year insurance.
#, win 1,000 Ghana cedis. All you have to do is dial, and you can play about 30 times or 25 times. And as soon as we draw, the money will come onto your mobile phone. No phone calls, no meters here, no come to see it, none of that. You get the money on your phone immediately. You win. So dial now *439#. And this Friday we're going to do a mega jackpot since Cookie is back with all the cash. You want to stay with us every day till Friday. And on Christmas Day we've got 30,000 cedis that we're going to give to you. Actually, we might adjust that figure upwards. And so that's just for your information. Dial now *439# and win big on the show. This morning on Big Issues, we've tabled some of the biggest stories that are running currently in the country, starting with the Pandai rerun of elections as ordered by the Tamale High Court and matters arising thereof. We've heard from the chiefs who say that they don't want a rerun. They want nothing to do with a rerun. The question is, are they close with the authority or power to say so? And what exactly does this pronouncement mean, if anything at all? We've also heard from Dr. Tanko Computer saying that these chiefs are not neutral. They are actually affiliated with the NPP. And so these pronouncements are engineered by the former member of parliament. Also, we've heard from the Ministry of Interior reacting to that statement put out by Sami Dako with the Office of the Special Prosecutor, stating that there has been 2 assassination attempts on the Special Prosecutor, and he himself has been handcuffed and beaten up by 17 police officers. Also, we're going to turn our attention to the TUC, and they are concerned about tariff adjustments which have been announced by the PURC. They're saying that basically that cannot happen since consultations have not been properly concluded. These are the matters we're going to try to get into this morning. You can be a part of our conversation, of course. If you're watching us live on Facebook, please put your comments under the live stream, and I'll read as many of them as possible. Otherwise, with the hashtag TV3 Newday, you can connect with us on X. We have a full house today. The gentlemen are here and seated. Joining us this morning, Theophilus Jemega, lawyer and member of the NDC communications team. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, and a bit of correction, and an engineer.
And an engineer. Yes, sir.
And both, yes.
Thank you, sir. Lawyer, engineer, NDC communications team member.
Thank you.
Very important.
Yes.
Great to have you.
Pleasure.
I like it when men wear pink.
Yes. Sometimes you need to divert.
They say real men wear pink. That's what they say.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Oh, you've never heard that?
No.
Oh, I see.
Oh, Nanaya is overlapping. So
you know, men who are afraid to wear pink.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's great to have you, sir.
Yes. Go ahead. Don't eat. Yes. Yes. Pleasure. It's a joy always to be here.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning to your viewers, and particularly my folks back in Hawaii. And today is Honorable Roxanne's birthday. Yes.
Oh, I see.
Yes, the voice you can trust. Yes,
I
and
see.
Honorable Roxanne Eche Nelson. Roxanne Eche Nelson Simpson.
Simpson.
Yes. And
I see.
happy birthday, Rox. Yeah, may you live to be 100.
Happy birthday from all of us here also at Media General to you. Also joining us in the studios, Mr. Austin Barco Powers, private legal practitioner. And you look very suited up for the courts this morning.
Thank you, now.
Are you going to court?
Right from here.
Right from here. Well, thank you for coming, and we appreciate your presence. Also, Professor Smart Sapong is here with us. Morning, Prof.
Yes, good morning.
It's great to have you.
Yeah, always great to be
yes,
here.
Thank you for joining us.
To our cherished viewers.
And also the Deputy General Secretary of the new United Party. I don't know if I should still say new.
No, it's in the system.
Not new anymore. Party, yes, United Party. Nanaya Sapong. Good morning, Nanaya.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm doing excellent.
And how is your summit coming up?
Very well. In fact, yesterday we had a meeting with the Deputy Chief of Protocol at the Foreign Affairs to be able to put in place all the needed protocols for our foreign delegation that are coming from the AU Parliament and African Parliament. And so we also will be expecting some former presidents of some of the African states.
Okay.
You know, we looking at the building a new United States of Africa. And, you know, Alan was the main architect behind the AFCFTA. And after the AFCFTA, what next? We need to be able to come together to be able to ensure the effective use of that which we have created. And so one of the issues that will be on the table for discussion is whether or not the United States of Africa is a myth or is a reality.
Okay.
You understand? So that we can come together, because we will not be able to actually make good use of these trade issues when we are not united as a people. We need to be united as a people, and so we need to put all the stakeholders together. Let them see it as it is, whether or not we are going to make it a reality. And is going
the African Summit.
The African Summit is to come off on the 16th. That's Tuesday, 16th to the 17th of
next
December.
Tuesday and next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
Well, we wish you all the best.
Kempinski Ambassador Hotel.
Yeah.
But I'll be expecting to see you and my friends here.
I should go and find a nice kente to...
Yes, because you need to be represented in Africa.
Represent Ghana well.
Just before I conclude, yesterday was Papa Kufuor's birthday. And, you know, born on the 8th of December, 1938.
1938.
That makes him 87, his 87th birthday. And so, on behalf of myself, my family, and the entire United Party, we wish him a happy birthday, and we pray that he continues to live and grow strong. We have decided to listen to the words of wisdom. I call him the charmed life. Others will decide not to listen, but we are determined to take all the good advices he's ever given us. And we say, God bless him.
Amen. God bless him. Amen. But let's get into our issues this morning. And of course, we're starting with the hot issue. Now, the hot news story, news from Pandai. We know that the court in Tamale, the High Court in Tamale on the 24th of November, gave a ruling nullifying the December 7th results with relation to the parliamentary candidates in Pandai. Now, the EC is expected to do conduct a rerun of this election sometime in March. However, the chiefs of Pandai have said they are not interested. They do not want a rerun at all. Let me just quickly take you to Pandai. Let's listen to what the chiefs had to say, and then we'll come back to studio.
During the 2012 Supreme Court proceedings on the election petition, as chiefs, we are concerned about the potential consequences of a rerun, should it be upheld. If violence and vandalism at the collation center and the destruction of electoral materials by aggrieved individuals can lead to a rerun, undoubtedly, we have a very good reason to say that it will definitely set a dangerous precedent for future elections in Pandai. Chiefs respectfully are calling on the President and all stakeholders to ensure that the will of the people of Pandai constituency is duly respected regarding the 2024 parliamentary elections. And so we say, no rerun in our constituency.
The winning year. There's also the Pampone for and the person that Munjila Pintim, Mobia Dadam, Mobiasu Ram, Obiasu Tufa to Trasem Emma, Mosia Kotwaba, Yabako, Samukasa Bubotia, Edia Kasa, there's also Pandai Betches and Mema Ukuma.
For his
And so we had the chiefs in Pandai there, and we also heard from Justin Frimpong Kodia, the General Secretary of the NPP. And last night on Ghana Tonight, Dr. Tanko Computer, speaking on behalf of the NDC, also made some pronouncements saying that, well, the court has ruled, and so we're supposed to go in accordance with the judgment of the court. And the chiefs who spoke, even though they presented a neutral front, are politically colored, that they are aligned with the NPP, So he says. But let's come back in studio and hear from our guest here. However, you can also let me know what your thoughts are on these matters under our stream on Facebook. I'll begin with you, Nanayao.
Yes.
Nanayao Sapon. What do you make of all of this?
Good morning once again, and good morning to your viewers. Interestingly, this is the first time I have had chiefs call that for lack of a better expression, the Constitution should be suspended. This is a constitutional item, and it is not negotiable. I mean, Matthew is a friend of mine. I mean, during his days in Parliament leadership, I think he was a chief whip or deputy chief whip. Okay. He did a very excellent job. I mean, relating to him on that note, I would say he's an excellent person. But the rules are the rules. You understand? There were issues of irregularities that were raised about the 2024 elections. It went to court. Unfortunately for him, the court decided to cancel, to annul the entire results, and he has to go for a rerun. I do not think that the chiefs should go that tangent. Now, if we allow this to happen tomorrow, if it happens in another constituency, chiefs would get up and come and say that because of violence and vandalism. And when I listened to the press conference by the chiefs, I asked, are they able to talk to their people in this same manner to understand that these are legal matters, and for that matter, it should be respected? Are they able to raise the issues with their people and ask them not to involve themselves in electoral violence? Are they able to advise their people to respect the rule of law? I mean, if you're able to hold press conferences to tell a government or the president to suspend, I mean, I want to use that expression, to suspend the Constitution in that matter.
They said they don't want a rerun.
It is not their determination. It is the Constitution. It went to court. There was a court ruling. Mm-hmm. You understand? Matthew is a very good friend of mine, but the rules...
That's Nyindam.
Yes, Nyindam. The rules must be respected. We don't have to set a certain precedent that tomorrow it would come back hunting us, and that the chief should be made to understand, because these are just I didn't count the number of chiefs who were there, but I do not think that it is the entire traditional council that came out to say that they do not want. We have others who would say that, okay, I mean, the other candidates are our friends, or they are our family, or they are our constituents, and so we should go for a rerun. Of course, everyone is a rerun. And my advice to the NPP is that they should concentrate on going to Pandai to campaign, and if they would have to be able to retain the seat, then they do it so. But if they want to go behind these chiefs and go behind press conferences and legalities, it would end up just like in all those other constituencies where there were reruns and part runnings and they lost. They should concentrate on the ground, go there, do their campaign, and then if they would have to help Matthew Nyindam to retain his seat, then they do so. I mean, the press conferences and going to court will not help. Once Parliament has declared the seat vacant, it is vacant. They have written to the Electoral Commission. Whether or not nobody will be able to halt this process, it would come off. The election will be held. You understand me? And I would advise my friend Nyindam to go beyond these machinations and then concentrate on his campaign. I mean, if the people love you and they like you, they think you are doing the right thing,
they will vote for you again. All right. Prof, what's your take on this?
Great. So I think it's good myself and Sapon are speaking so that the lawyers will clarify some of the legal concerns or confusions that may arise from our submissions. Because before I come to the chiefs, I heard the case is on an appeal, or I mean on its way to appeal, or it's already. The decision. So the Tamale High Court has ruled it is taken to the next level for an appeal. So my first question would have been whether Parliament wouldn't have waited, or whether there is any, I mean, from their legal side, the Parliament has the right to still go ahead and declare the seat vacant, even though they are aware that an appeal process has commenced. It's a legal thing I would want them to clarify for me. And then my second concern would have been whether or not if a number of polling stations are found to have been some illegalities, irregularities in respect of the elections has occurred. Some, not all. It forms basis for the annulment of all. So it's good we spoke first so that they will clarify that for us, because that is what we have been made to understand in the case of Pandai. We are told that some number of polling stations were found to have been, the elections that were conducted there couldn't have been admitted, about 40 of them. We are told the entire Pandai has about 140 or so polling stations, 159 polling stations. And then 42 were found to be very well. So my just two concerns for the lawyers when it's their turn. Whether if we find 42 out of 159, does it form a substantial basis for annulment of all? What it means is that 110 or so that conducted their elections, polling stations that conducted their elections free of no irregularities have now been added to the 42 that were found to be irregular in the conduct of their. So two things. That one, 42 out of 152, court says annul all. And then my second concern is Parliament mindful of the pending appeal, whether they still, we are in separation of power, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, they will explain that maybe for me. But then to the chiefs, I think that they should, we have agreed by our constitution that they will not be part of frontline politics. We have agreed.
Partisan. But they said they're not being partisan. So they are not siding with either side. They are just saying, as traditional leaders, that in order to preserve the peace in Pandai, a rerun is not what they need.
Yes, but then, again, the chiefs are not, this contest is not for chiefs. This contest is for political parties.
Okay.
All right. So their involvement for me is quite some way. It will have to take the NPP and the NDC to decide when it comes to these partisan political activities. Yes, they are the custodians of the land, with all due respect to them. But I think when we allow their gradual involvement in what the Constitution says they shouldn't be involved in, we might get to a point where we cannot all contain it. Recently, we heard the Esum Kontihine also getting too partisan, describing flag-bearer aspirants of the NPP as Sankwas in quotes. I think all these are gradually, the chiefs are gradually getting into politics. So if you are staying now, stay out. If not, Professor Prempeh's committee that is reviewing the Constitution can consider amending the existing situation so that they can come in and fully participate. All right. So me on the chiefs, if I was a chief, I doubt if I would have gotten myself into, because it's actually a very polarized situation here in Ghana. If you are a chief and you pick a position that is so obviously against one political party, you deprive your people of some development when your government is not in power. And if your government comes into power and you are not that influential chief, and 8 years or 4 years will come and pass and you still won't get anything for your people. So stay neutral, serve the present government very well. Let your commentary be that which is national, unifying, representative of your people, because your people are not only a one-side party. You may have both the NPP and the NDC in your constituency or in your traditional area. So that one, sincerely speaking, let our chiefs be mindful and respect the current situation. The Constitution says that you are not supposed to be involved in partisan politics. When a court has ruled and it concerns the NPP and the NDC, I don't know whether the other parties that contested in Pandai will come on board, but in primaries, usually it is the bigger parties that contest. I think it will be quite tricky for you to come in the manner that they have come in. And I'm extending the advice to all other chiefs, especially the other one in Achem who also appears to be very political in his commentary. When you do that, social media or other places will come after you, and it will kind of take away the glory that comes with chieftaincy, as we all know and we revere. So I've summarized my issues into the ones that I may want legal clarification. And then my advice to the chiefs would be that it has never been granted in the Constitution. If they really want that permission to be granted, I don't know whether Professor Prempeh's committee has finished its work. They can make a very strong case.
They should petition them.
They can. So that subsequently we can allow them come in and then they
for chiefs to engage in partisan politics.
This, in a subtle, it's like they want to be part.
But you have just said the dire consequences that will have on their people.
And I'm sure that is the wisdom behind
the framers
of the Constitution. So they should be guided. They should seriously be guided.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, and let me come to you, Austin. He's raised some legal issues, but before that, on the announcement that the chiefs made, does this announcement have any power, effect? Exactly what does it mean in the grand scheme of things?
All right. Now, I think, first off, we need to understand that the chiefs have genuine concern, one which reflects, the concerns of the constituents. Because the issues are that when there are election reruns, there are consequences. You remember even what happened in Ablikuma North, the consequences. But here is a catchword. The fact that they have genuine concerns doesn't mean it is a constitutional requirement. So you may express your position with regards to what the decision of the court, but that does not reflect the processes that we have. The position is that the court has spoken. And Prof was asking, because of the issues are not that dire, or let me say, fundamental to cause an election rerun. But the Supreme Court in Anakufo-Addo versus Mahama was clear that if the infraction is so fundamental, and don't forget that it is in the wisdom of the court to assess whether it is fundamental. The court has the responsibility to establish whether or not an infraction is so fundamental as to affect the results so declared. So yes, so this is it. I think the chiefs may have spoken, but in this country, we work with laws. The chiefs are not laws. And whatever they say do not constitute the law of this country. And I know the MP had filed two processes. So one at the Supreme Court, which is an application for certiorari judicial review. And he has also filed, I understand he has also filed an appeal at the Court of Appeal. Now, the position of, our jurisprudence is clear that these two processes aren't mutually exclusive. It means that they can exist. However, unlike private individuals, where processes like this, when filed, and even if injunction is filed, the notice of which can injunct you or stop you from taking further actions. When it comes to constitutional bodies, the Supreme Court is clear that in order to avoid a dysfunctional system which will affect our governance, until a court properly has granted such processes, the constitutional bodies are within their right to do their work. So, Parliament has acted within its mandate. The fact that you filed an appeal does not mean Parliament must stop. So unless the Court of Appeal grants you, or if you can take, because the thing is that the MP can either go to the High Court that made the decision for a stay of execution, or go to the Court of Appeal.
Did they go to the High Court for a stay of execution?
No, I'm here to hear that.
I don't think so. Because one of the statements we heard after the decision was made that they were going to apply for a stay.
But even now, let's clarify this. The processes are nuanced. Sometimes and they are procedural. You know, if the processes, the records of appeal had not been transmitted to the Court of Appeal, if the records of appeal had not been transmitted to the Court of Appeal, then in seeking a stay of execution, you must start from the court below, the court that granted or made the order, the basis of which you are challenging. However, if it is refused, you have the right of moving to the upper court, that's the Court of Appeal. Or if the processes had not been transmitted, you can go to the Court of Appeal, rightly for the stay of execution. But in order for it to have effect on any of the constitutional bodies, a competent court must properly so declare.
Okay.
And same must be served on the appropriate officers. Until that is done, Parliament can go ahead and inform the EC as they have done, and the EC will go ahead and set timelines for the rerun. This is a constitutional injunction, and nothing will stop them. So I think the Klandai MP, I'm sure he has counsel, they know what to do, and they know the position of the court. And the thing is that now we must understand that sometimes public sentiment and trying to whip interest does not morph into a constitutional requirement or constitutional injunction. We must do the right thing. And the Supreme Court is clear. Because this system, in order to ensure that every constitutional body, so set up by the Constitution, is working within its mandate, so as to ensure the effective function of the society. So, Prof, I think the position of the law is clear. He knows, or his lawyers know what to do within our legal framework and jurisprudence. And the Supreme Court is clear on that. So I think the chiefs may have genuine concern, as I said, and it is clear. Sometimes security concerns when it comes to election reruns. This country, we have, sometimes you ask yourself, why heading to a poll to elect or cast your vote must degenerate into fisticuff and overblown face-off. I think we need to go beyond that.
We get very passionate about elections.
Exactly.
But still on this legal matter, and you may answer it. If the appeal is allowed, and we go ahead and do this rerun, and another person is elected, exactly how is this going to play out?
Let me address your first issue about the chiefs.
Okay.
And the subsequent response from my colleague here. I don't know if, as Nanaya said, if these are all the chiefs in Pandai. And he said the chiefs can have concern. I don't know whether they have the concerns of everybody. There are people also in Pandai who want the rerun. So I don't think the chiefs have the concern of everybody at heart. Let's get that. And I appreciate the fact that the chief's behavior or utterances cannot metamorphose into a constitutional requirement for us to follow. Then Prof also said something about the number of polling stations. Prof, the mistake a lot of people have made, and or they have swallowed what the Honorable Minority Leader put out there first, is about the fact that the NDC candidate asked for annulment of only a certain number of polling stations. That's far from the truth. He asked for, alternatively, the rerun of the entire constituency.
Okay.
Based on the fact that the NDC guys were not at the collation station when the collation was done. So their natural justice has been breached. Then there is no law that allows them to move the collation from one place to the other. So some of these things are the reasons why the NDC guys asked that. We were not there. And you said you have declared all the results. So let's rerun for the entire thing. So it's not just about
so
those
the relief
numbers.
They were seeking was an annulment of the entire
thing. They asked for that. One of them, yes. They asked for that. Yes.
Okay.
But that was not put out there first by them.
It's one of the arguments that has consistently come up.
The NDC guys have asked for that to be done. So, and the court granted it, that there has to be rerun. You were asking, there was a situation when, if my memories will serve us right, Woyume was in court asking for a certain relief. And the Supreme Court said, what you are asking us to prevent from being done has been done already. So there's nothing we can do to revert that. So, and they use the word fait accompli. So they will only give policy directions for future situations. But now let's be careful here. Yesterday I listened to the MP, I think one of the one of the Kumasi MPs. He's a lawyer. Yes. And he made mention of the fact that the stay of execution application, generally, the judge that gave the orders, and you go back to that judge to say that stay your orders until I appeal, generally your chances are very small. Because in effect you are telling him that the orders you have given, it seems you yourself, you have not really thought about your orders before you are giving the orders. So the chances are very small. Now, Parliament is also not a party to the suit. So even if you are filing things, unless you bring it to the notice of Parliament, Parliament doesn't care. They will go ahead with whatever they are doing. And the idea that the EC will have this, the court was emphatic that conduct the rerun within 30 days. So having been notified yesterday that there is vacancy, having been notified that there's a court ruling, it will presuppose that at least their 30 days should start from yesterday. But the bigger picture is, if you know you can win, go back there, as Nanaya said. Go back there, start the campaigning, get your guys on the ground, win. When you win all this appeal, I've not appealed, I'm going here, will all be nothing. Then let me address the issue of the certiorari that my colleague has talked about. You see, just after the election, NDC filed the petition. And this same Matthew Nyinda deposed to an affidavit to say that the election has not been gazetted in December and it was gazetted on January 6th. So the petition was premature. Then NDC quickly withdrew their petition and refiled based on the 6th January gazette that they filed under his signature, under his affidavit attached. Then now you come back to say that even the 6th January that I filed earlier is not correct. Rather, it was the December one. I'm bringing this because I was involved in the Akwetia case.
Okay.
And you believe it, they brought a different gazette that Assembly Press and Electoral Commission cannot verify to be authentic.
Who brought?
The MPP. On the election of the now deceased then Akwetia MP. So I am not surprised, yes, and Eskumi. So we wrote to Assembly Press asking for verification that what they attached and what we bought from you, which one is the genuine one? And Assembly Press, which is Ghana Publishing, indicated that what they attached cannot be found in their system. Okay, so I will not be surprised with such a thing here. And the Supreme Court asked the EC, and they told Justin Amenuvo that you are not helping. You should tell us which one is the genuine one straight away. So the idea that there was a gazette and there is another gazette, I think I've seen that before. It is going to be played back, but there is an affidavit that was deposed to by Matthew Nyindam that the gazetting was done on the 6th of January. So the idea of the judicial review, I think that day, let's all get our popcorn, sit, relax, and watch how it will unfold. I would not like to pronounce on it, but I've had the experience, and we'll know where it will go.
Is it at all possible for parliaments to be joined to a suit?
In this
case, in this case,
no.
Or, yeah. Is it possible? Is it a possibility? I'm asking because you say that Parliament is not a party, and so they can go ahead and proceed with what they ought to do. So I'm just wondering whether that is something that could have been done.
Oh yes.
So that Parliament does not go ahead.
Parliament could be joined. Parliament is joined to suits severally. Okay. I mean, we have the famous 12 p.m. 2 p.m. Ruling situation.
But lawyer,
yes.
In this instance, what would be the role? What would be the role of Parliament in this case? The
Electoral
could
Commission.
have been, because they are contesting the results, number one. Number two, they are contesting the irregularities that had occurred. You understand? And Parliament has no role to play here. You understand? So, I mean, the main issue that probably the lawyers could have... See, aside everything, the parliamentary candidate of the NDC had sued on irregularities of the entire electoral process. So, Prof, the judge couldn't have ruled based on the 42 that was even being contested. No. You understand? Because one of the reliefs was that the entire process was full of irregularities that ought to be looked at. And they cited an example of moving the coalition center from Pandai to Tamale without recourse to the
There's
NDC.
no law allowing them even
and
to do it.
The CI that establishes the electoral process, does not emphatically allow that. And because they were going to provide security and everything. So to what extent, how bad was the security situation that you had to move the coalition center from the constituency to Tamale?
Nanaya, let me help here. Now, one of the things, as per your question, as Nanaya will say, Parliament will not be a necessary party here. But you see, the law makes it that if there is an issue like, as they reported, maybe violence, fire, any natural disaster, etc., and the collation could not take place that day, do it the next day. It didn't allow them to move it from one center to another. And the NDC guys' issue is natural justice. You were collating something that involved us. We were not aware you had moved it from here to here. Even if we were aware, we were not present when you were doing it. So whatever you've done, you have breached our natural justice. That is what the NDC guys went to court for. So the idea that they did not actually ask for the annulment of the... You see, the first person to have put this up was the minority leader. And he put out the one that suits their story. So this one disappears sort of, and nobody sort of pickets that they asked for one of the reliefs, the annulment and rerun of the entire constituency. So the idea that we asked for 41 or 21 and now they're asking for 118 or 142 is not the truth. They actually asked that take this, give us this relief, and in the alternative, give us this one too. And the court gave them that. No. So the idea that you don't go to court and the court doesn't give you what you have not asked for, and that is not the norm. I mean, it was just to throw dust politically into our eyes.
Now, quick one.
Yes.
So now the thing is that, you know, when you place certain release before the court, it is not mandatory for the court to grant same. So the court will have to, first of all, establish the surrounding facts to be convinced if those facts really necessitate granting those reliefs. So if the court had established that the infractions or irregularities were not that fundamental as to affect the results, the court would have then said, go and rerun the election in some of the polling centers or polling stations, maybe 2, 3, 5, or 40, but I'm not going to annul the entire results. So it was an establishment of fact by the court, or let me say, the petitioner was able to convince the court, and the court indeed bought into his side of the argument, and that's how we have the outcome.
All right.
Yeah, what I was trying to add was that, it's a very important education the two lawyers have given to us, because I'm hearing for the first time that there were other reliefs to the extent of annulment of the entire. So it's good. Sometimes when we ask these questions, is for the general education of our viewers, and I'm happy to hear that there were those specific reliefs which the court have. And then my confusion in respect of the process and Parliament going ahead with all the process.
You were also asking whether pendency of appeal operates. Pendency of appeal does not automatically operate as a stay.
And your colleague answered that. So now, thank you so much.
All right, so let's move now to the issue of the special prosecutor. We're all aware of what's happening now. We heard during a live television interview with Samson Ladi on Joy, we heard Sami Dakun with the Office of the Special Prosecutor say that the Special Prosecutor had suffered 2 assassination attempts, and he himself had been beaten up by the police, handcuffed 17 police officers. Now, of course, these if you like, statements were very surprising to all of us, and of course very concerning too, that if the Special Prosecutor can suffer assassination attempts, then we all ought to be, interested in the matter and careful too. Now, before we get into the conversation, let us take a look at what the Ministry of Interior has said about this statement by Sami Dakun. Initial contacts with Mr. Kisi Ejabin has revealed that assassination attempts on him, as claimed, happened before this year. There is no record or report of such threats against his life at any police station or at any of the state security agencies in the country. Since crime does not expire, the ministry has ordered a full-scale investigation into the claim of assassination attempts. The ministry has also ordered investigation into the claim by Mr. Samuel Appiah Dakun that he was handcuffed and beaten by 17 police personnel. The ministry will update the public on the outcome of these investigations and actions to be taken. The Ministry of Interior reiterates its commitment to protecting all lives and properties to ensure that all Ghanaians can conduct their lawful affairs without fear for their security. So this was contained in a press statement released by the Ministry of Interior on this issue. And of course, this matter has seen a lot of public debates, questions about when did this happen, why didn't we hear about it? And when we heard from the Ministry of Interior, I think it has actually left us with more questions than answers. Gentlemen, did you see the live broadcast? Do we have that video with Sami Darko? All right, let's take a look at that video of Sami Darko speaking about this matter, and then we'll come to studio.
Why did you insist that we should not disclose the person's identity?
Well, because the men and women in that office, they do a lot of covert operations. And it's important that we protect their identity. That's why we have been uncomfortable when even Martin Pebu keeps mentioning names of officers that he meets in the public. Because, like Mr. Fuseni said, they have young families, and this is a very dangerous job. I think this matter is well known. The special prosecutor has survived 2 assassination attempts.
What do you say again?
The special prosecutor has survived 2 assassination attempts. And yet, there are so many things that we don't put out. Myself, I've been handcuffed and beaten before by 17 police officers, dragged out of my official
police?
duty. Yeah, in the past.
You, that is a police.
I think he has police powers. In the past, because there was a clash, right? So the work that we do is dangerous.
All right, so there you have it. That was Sami Darko speaking last Saturday on Newsfile with Samson Ladia. Gentlemen, when you heard this statement by Sami Darko, how did it strike you? Were you as surprised as the rest of Ghana?
You understand with me, I guess.
Yes, I do.
My personal stand. Number 1, I don't trust Sami Darko.
You don't trust him?
I don't trust him. I don't trust him.
Do you know him personally?
I don't know him.
Why don't you trust him?
I know him with his media, social media write-ups. I don't trust him. That is my stand.
Why?
Now, if you follow the trend and if you know how Sami Darko speaks and writes, he's not a young man that would leave out issues. You understand me? He's very much smart to always come on social media to put out an entire story and investigation that is ongoing, always giving updates on issues. And you think that such a gentleman would be beaten by 17 policemen, handcuffed and beaten. And he had the energy and the time to count the number of policemen and say they were 17. Please. This attempt to be able to call public sympathy.
Why would he lie about this?
I don't know. You should ask him. See, the Office of the Special Prosecutor is an established institution by our laws, your acts. Act 959. That's Act 2017, right? Yes, Act 959. Such a sensitive institution. And you think that the OSP will not have close protection? You think that the OSP will not have protection in his home? And you think that his close protection would agree with the OSP that in as much as there has been an assassination attempt on you, let us conceal it. You see, when you are given a close protection, they also have people they report to. They have superiors.
What is close protection?
A bodyguard.
Okay.
What else here? And so, in as much as you might not even want that information out, your close protection has a responsibility to protect you beyond you. His driver, where did the thing take place?
We don't have all the information. Real. So when Sami Darko was speaking, he said he's not even supposed to speak about it.
He wouldn't have even mentioned it. He shouldn't have mentioned it. And listen, public safety. The OSP is a senior public officer, for that matter.
No, the SP.
himself.
Some Brofuni Akikamo.
OSP is the office.
The OSP is the office. The special prosecutor, Kisia Jabo,
is like
school professor. He's one of the senior most officials in this country. My brother, public safety. If you are able to write and request for a bulletproof or an armored vehicle, the same people you do not want to report to tell them that your life is under threat, and for that matter, your security needs to be enhanced. Please, now, you see, this issue, the Interior Minister has even been so calm over this. This statement by Sami Darko raises concerns about our security of our senior officers in this country.
It's his security.
They are not private security.
I mean,
you mean
the people who are protecting him? Yes, but he said they were attempts. They were not successful.
Oh, they've been attempts, and you're not successful.
Yeah, but so he had security. Perhaps that's why it was not successful.
So why didn't he even report it? And I'm saying that if he didn't even want to report it, the trainings and the responsibilities of these close protections are to ensure that these things are known to the higher security.
Can the OSP investigate this by itself?
Oh, that is what they've tried to do with the Pebu case. That one would even spoil the matter. You understand me? Because if you know the office of the special prosecutor, from the entrance to the washroom, they have security all over. When Sami Darko raised this issue, somebody called me and said, they are getting closer to the OSP's house. You would always find the police vehicle, is it FPU also?
Free police unit.
Yes.
No, formed
police unit.
Okay.
Parked just a few distance away from his house.
From his home.
He cannot tell me that with the office he's holding, his home is not even provided with security.
But we don't know where this attempt happened. He didn't say it happened at home.
We don't have to know where it happened. What I'm saying is that if Sami Darko tells me that their operations are risky and sensitive,
yes,
you will not attempt to walk out without security. And the Ghana Police Service will not deprive you of security. Because if you listen to those who have gone to the OSP's office before, they even have military.
Of course.
They even have military. And you will come out talking about covert operations and the exposure of your personnel, but yet you are always on social media and holding press conferences. What do you think you are doing?
What's wrong with that?
How many times do you see DNI come to hold press conferences? How many times? If your office is that sensitive, and we all know it is because of the kind of investigations you do, listen, security is personal before it even gets to the national security. You ought to take your own safety as a personal project. There are times that we would be going out, and me, I sometimes question my boss's close protection. I see certain things, and I'll go to him, Masa. And there are times you just say, "Who you police niana?" You understand? Because they have their own training. Aside they protecting the man they have been assigned to, they're also protecting themselves because they also have family. So do you think that they will not have records of these assassination attempts? Sami Darko said he was beaten. If he was beaten, he would have gone to the hospital.
Maybe he's gone.
Sami would have put out records. That day he would have said it.
He said he's not supposed to say it.
He's not supposed to say, but he mentioned
that's what he
it.
said on the interview.
How then do we interrogate
he's
it?
not even supposed to say this.
How then do we interrogate it?
That is why you have doubts about what he said.
That is why I don't trust him.
Okay.
I don't have, not as if I have doubts. I don't trust him. And that is my personal stand.
Okay.
You understand me?
Okay.
This, to me, is just an attempt to be able to harness sympathy, public sympathy. But whether or not, this wheel that we are rolling, we should sit down as a nation and discuss it. That it is probably time that we agree with Alan that we should be able to synchronize all these anti-corruption bodies. All right? Look at the laws. Then we bring them together and have one established independent body. Now, aside these things that are happening, I always use Cecilia Dape's case as an example. I always say that, listen, we had 3 investigative bodies, anti-corruption bodies, looking into the matter. And on one of these issues, they were all called. One of the bodies said that, oh, we gave them a docket. There were documents. Another body said, oh, they brought it, but there was no document in it. The other one said, oh, we didn't even look at it at all. And these are 3 bodies that were all supposed to investigate one issue. It tells us about the inconsistencies and inefficiencies when we have so many bodies looking into one thing.
Okay.
You understand? So we should have a national discourse on this and agree that we need to be able to put all of these bodies together.
Into one.
Have one established regulation or act that deals with the matter properly.
So
if we indeed
the
want
Office
to
of the
fight
Special Prosecutor, the Attorney General, EOCO.
No, Attorney General's office can be part. Office of the Special Prosecutor, Shiraj, EOCO, and all of them. Let's look at it.
All right. We cannot do it without the office of. We have the public prosecution, director of public prosecution, and we have solicitor general and all those. I mean, the idea about separating all this had long been with us as long as our independence. Whether we need to have Minister of Justice different from Attorney General different, whether we have to have prosecution different from. We've all been. You see, the biggest thing is resetting ourselves, and I believe that
resetting ourselves.
Yes, we need to reset ourselves, and I believe I'm about to land. The same way Nana Yao cannot talk without anyhow bringing the butterfly and Alan in. Maybe it's time we all begin to learn from him that that we cannot talk without talking about our reset agenda. And I believe that all this, but now is your day.
How does the research agenda sit into this?
You see, now I've just been receiving a number of messages, and particularly when Nanaya was talking about this SP. Let's get it clear. The SP is the person. The OSP is the office.
Okay.
Now, this incident, if you look at the Ministry of Interior's issue release, actually predated the current NDC government. And someone alerted me that it happened way back as far as the first one was in October 2022. Yes. The biggest part for me, as Nanaya said, is why the silence. Now, was the SP being choked? Now, we were aware of the fact that Honorable Martin Amidu hesitated because of the sort of things going on and where he was being cornered. And he felt that I can't be part of this. Let me rather dodge it and be a free man, maintain my dignity. Now, was it a situation that he was being choked to the level that his performance was even under threat? His life existence was under threat, that he sort of like kept quiet. And it is only today that he felt that there is a new brief of let me talk. Now, if it was then, I believe, I don't want to, as it were, take the rag out of the investigation. But if it had happened really under Dampari, the then IGP, then we have cause to say, hold on, let us all begin to ask questions. How did it happen that, be it even one policeman that might have beaten and handcuffed Samidaku, that should be a worry to us. And you see, these people, if it were other jurisdiction, they would have been showing their badges to say, I am an employee of the state and I'm doing ABC. Yeah. And I believe that he would have said, assuming all these, he would have been saying that, hey, I work for the special prosecutor and this is my position. If you like, check ABC. So, or they had, he has said all that and they have all been quiet and this had gone on. So assuming that other worse things had happened, then we may never have heard it. When the SP requested for bulletproof vehicles, now it's making sense to me. We were all asking, come on, are you the king or the queen that you are asking for bulletproof vehicles? Perhaps those were the things that fed into the thinking that let's have the bulletproof vehicle. But the question I want to ask Sami Darko is, why today? When your performance, your everything is under scrutiny, the way you're working, we want to see outcome, why you allowed ABC. If he had linked it to say that, okay, we were talking about not getting support and cooperation. And the reason why we were not getting support, to the extent that our lives were even under threat, we will understand. But if he comes out on his own and he tells us that he's not supposed to let us know this, but now we are knowing.
You don't believe it was a slip of tongue? He didn't intend to tell us.
No, there's no slip of tongue. Perhaps.
Because, you know, soon after he said it, he then quickly added that, you know, I'm not even supposed to talk about it.
He's a lawyer.
You don't think that might have happened?
Let me give you, once he brought the idea that he's a lawyer, let me give you an instance.
Yes,
assuming you are the judge, and I have him in the dock, and I said that he was once accused of armed robbery, and his lawyer says, we are not here on armed robbery. And I said, sorry, my lady or my lord, I withdraw that. That goes into the head of the judge to say, oh, so the guy was really accused. That record will be there. So what he did, I won't say it's a slip. It was deliberate to put it in our mind that it has happened before. Even if he withdraws it today, he cannot withdraw it from our minds. But my biggest question is the timing and why the silence. And if it was silent because they felt that making us aware would have led to something else, then I believe that just the investigation by Ministry of Interior will not be enough. There should be something grand, bigger than that, so that we know. You see, we have problem already with the OSP, the office, the setup, the persons we put there. I think it's about 7 years or 6 years. The office.
The law was enacted in 2017.
Yes, nearly 8
years.
Yes. And they spent so, by the time we were appointing the first person, there were no personnel who were to be manning the place. They need to go and get their own personnel. Even the office where they are going to be, this is your office. They had to start to look for all those things, the recruitment. So already structurally, we had something shaky before we said that this is the one going to fight our corruption. Is it that we are not serious about it? Or was it, that is why persons like me, I always believe that it was someone's campaign promise that my enemy's enemy is my friend. Let me get my enemy's enemy to be my friend and go after my enemy. That was it. But the idea behind the whole office of the special prosecutor was good. But the first building blocks were not good. So if we had very bad foundation, very bad building blocks, it's what we are seeing today.
Do you side with the people who say that the office needs to be re-looked at?
That is all I've been saying. The office needs to be re-looked at. That we need to look at both structurally.
People are asking for the removal, cancellation of the SP's office.
No, you see, we spend so much on them. As I mentioned, we have Director of Public Prosecution. They're all there. Is it time that maybe, to borrow a leaf from Nanaya's booklet, is it time that we join all of them, consolidate all of them to have one under a unified authority, so that when an issue happens, you don't go here, go there, 3 people asking, I have the docket, I don't have the file, I have the file, I don't have the docket. No, is it time that we look at it that way? But to say that we should scrap the OSP, the office completely, I think that will, I don't think NDC will go for that. Reason being that when we do that, one of the things people will say, we told you, they want to remove that so that they will become very corrupt. Yes, so it is a poisonous chalice. I don't think anybody in NDC will even contemplate that at all.
Okay, let me come to you, Prof.
Okay, great. So the Office of the Special Prosecutor came to serve a purpose. For me, as we sit today, you and I can attest to the fact that we've not gotten what we bargained for. We haven't. I think his only success, sometime past, he announced it was securing
the removal of ghost names.
I think there was this 100,000 Ghana cedi recovery that.
But there are more to that.
Yes. So yes.
Because the OSP has secured 7 commissions, and sometimes Now, not to take take your time. But the thing is that sometimes I don't understand people when they say the OSP has not done what it was set up to do. Maybe it's because we are expecting too much from the OSP. Okay. Because the OSP is a complementary anti-corruption institution. We have SHRAJ, we have BNI, we have VIOCO. They all have jurisdictions. So the OSP is doing its work. Don't forget, the OSP is not independent. It operates under the Attorney General. So even if there are cases we believe, Ghanaians believe, the OSP is not handling appropriately, Attorney General has the power to recall the dockets and run with it.
I don't think the OSP operates under the Attorney General.
No, it's not independent. Read Section 4 of the Act 959.
Yes, I read, but it doesn't operate under. It takes the prosecutorial power, the fiat. Look, GRA prosecutes, Senate prosecutes, immigration they prosecute. They all have the fiat. They don't operate under the Attorney General.
Now we are getting confused because of the big English they are using. The OSP does not take instructions from the Attorney General.
No, he didn't say that.
He said he operates.
No,
he doesn't operate under.
Okay, let's
subject.
I'm not even.
Is that section 4?
That's what the law says.
That's what the law says.
So
I agree. So it means this law was there when the OSP was writing to the Office of the Chief of Staff and seeking instructions from the Office of the Chief of Staff.
That I don't have any idea.
No, so now, my point is even not with the constitutional issues between his office and the Attorney General's office, but I am looking at the office of the Special Prosecutor. Assuming he's handled, and sometimes he gives us briefing on a number of cases that he is working on. Assuming he has even secured conviction for 7 out of the many, in my view, for the past 8 years, would it have constituted an impact, a return on the investment we have put into establishing that office? For me, it is no. And at a point when they realize they are coming under public kind of scrutiny, then this kind of releases are released. You remember the Ankwanoma release? It was at the time that pressure, some kind of pressure has come. He has gone all out for the Siladapas case, some small judicial mistake, then he lost the case and all those things. Please. The substance of the matter has been discussed extensively by a lawyer and my brother Sapo. I don't want to overemphasize that part, but I want to put on record that it is mandatory. This state is supposed to be a very well secured, protected state. And it is mandatory for each individual who comes under any form of attack to report. It is not optional. It's not whether you want or you don't want. Else, you should admit that you were not attacked. Lapse of time alone. I mean, you were not attacked. Not that I doubt Sami Darko. I won't put it the way my brother Sapon put it. But were you attacked? And let's educate ourselves. Me, if I am ever attacked, my first point of call is the nearest police station.
But with a sensitive office like the Special Prosecutor's Office, I mean, can we give him the benefit of doubt that he had his reasons for not reporting these attacks when they happened? We don't know what the reasons are. But if Sami Darko says he was handcuffed by the police and beaten up by 17 of them,
17.
And then he's required to go back to the police to report, we don't know the full story. He just gave us this few statements. Can we give them the benefit of doubt to perhaps assume that they had good reasons?
Now, can we give somebody the benefit of doubt for not reporting corruption to them?
Okay, let me read what Section 4 says.
Lawyer size is almost as equal as Sami Darko.
Is that so?
17 policemen all giving you a blow. Lawyer, be honest. Would you survive it?
No, so you want to say that my face will not survive?
Let me read what Section 4 says, okay? So Section 4, I'm going to read Clause 2, says, subject to Clause 4 of Article 88 of the Constitution, the office shall, for the purposes of this Act, be authorized by the Attorney General to initiate and conduct the prosecution of corruption and corruption-related offences. Does this make it under the does this make the SP operate under the Attorney General?
Now it will be
except
good to read.
as otherwise provided by the Constitution,
Yeah.
the office is not subject to the direction or control of a person or an authority.
Of any person.
Any person.
All right.
Yeah.
Of it says a person, not any. Of a person or an authority in the performance of the functions of the office.
Good.
But then it also says in clause
is only
2
the prosecutional
that for the purposes of this act to be authorized by the Attorney General.
Yes, that the prosecutional power. Is it in Ghana? Lawyer, they be a lawyer, but my road side for
Yes, we'll come back to you. I just needed to add that.
The Constitution is clear that every prosecution in this country, criminal prosecution,
it
shall be initiated by the AG. It does not prevent the office of the special prosecutor, one, to initiate investigations, two, to announce the successes of their investigations.
No, not at all.
And then to also seek instructions whether or not to prosecute. You understand? That is the prosecution part. I don't know what kind of. So they should, even if they have, they are able to give us evidences which prosecutions they have actually tried to sort instruction from the office of the AG, and the AG has refused. Because they are able to tell us some of the stories that AG has done this and that Deputy Attorney General also comes to speak. So they should be able to tell us. That is the successes.
Let's come back to Prof.
Yes. And you know, when I was following the recent budget, and a whooping amount of 158.9 million Ghana cedi was allocated and approved to the Office of the Special Prosecutor. You see, all I'm saying is that they should admit the consequences of the work they are doing and the expectations of the people from them. If they get into the point where the people are questioning some of their actions and inactions, they shouldn't sneak in the emotional bit. In fact, every work is risky. I'm sure now your work, however fair you try to be, some people would want to come. I don't know what happens on your social media platform. I can imagine the things that people who disagree with you or dissent with you on some issues would come after you. It cuts across. I'm a teacher. Maybe mine is less risky, but it still comes with some risk. Lawyers, yeah, it is.
Risky.
You see, lawyers have their own level of risk. Everybody, and so they too may have. But the timing, they chip it in. I cited the Nkwanuma case, and I dare say that this thing was just psychology, like just to stop putting the pressure on us. We too, you hear that statement, my kids are young, that thing, just to play the psychological bit of it. The fact of the matter and the long and short of the entire matter is that Ghana has corruption as one of its major hurdles. When you leave the human being unchecked, he will do something that suits himself. An office has been established. It started with Senior Martin Amidu. My feeling of Senior Martin Amidu was that at his age, he has seen it all, known it all, the lawyer by all standards and everything. So he was going to do a good deal. Unfortunately, he had to buy out due to the known pressure that he himself should have known would have come to. He said if you want to fight corruption, corruption also try to fight you back. Is that not it? Yeah, so he shouldn't have left at his age. This man is relatively younger, and perhaps he can come under this, my children are young and all those things. But still, I am looking at value for money. If Ghana will continue to resource that office, the recent one, $158.9 million.
That's almost $40 million.
Yeah. Higher than. I don't want to mention some of the ministries and all all we want from them is some level of resource, some level of impact. If they come under public scrutiny for wrongdoing, like the way they went about Martin's case and all those things, they should admit it, accept it. They are a human institution. And I'm not saying that Kissie Jabe was the one that perhaps might have asked the military to insult people or all those things. It might be the people he's working with. And if you're a leader, you accept responsibility for some of the actions and inactions of the people who works for you and all this. We would have gone past this conversation long ago.
Okay.
But in trying to defend it and you bring in how risky your work has been. Meanwhile, there is no record since lawyer mentioned 2022, since you were first attacked. what are you teaching us? Should we not also report when we come under attack? We should. In my research, let me land on that. I went to an area. What saved me was the fact that I reported myself to the police station there first before entering into the communities. So when the communities started coming and, some of the issues are sensitive and all those things, I had to refer them to the police station. They said, no, you have to go there with us. Then we all went there together. And then the inspector there resolved the issue peacefully. They got a certain message that was nowhere close to the research we were doing, that some people are coming to do, and the entire community. The assembly member who was even learned did not understand the explanation. You had to all go to the police station before. So reporting yourself and relating with the police and all those things on this is very important, very vital. Sometimes they even have to, in their investigations and all those things, if it gets to a point that they realize that things are getting out of hand, they should quickly prompt, if not the area, the IGP, because they have that leverage with IGP. Oh, we are doing this, but some of these things are trying to, so put your men on guard. If it gets worse, we will alert you so that if it's belated, it's belated. The current conversation is that Ghana is investing a lot into that office, and we want to see some results.
All right. I think you haven't spoken on this issue.
No,
yes.
I think I will not be that quick to dismiss these allegations, as Naya and my other colleagues have said. I will not be quick to dismiss the allegations. The issue is that threats of this nature now are not unusual in jurisdictions like ours, where anti-corruption mandates confront entrenched and vested interest. Now, sometimes we tend to picture assassination attempts within the realms of the Hollywood dramatizations, where someone mounts a building and holds a rifle and sees a target and fires. No. Targeted assassination and intimidation could be subtle. In this country, journalists go through some of this. And so I think the ministry, the Interior Ministry did the right thing by setting up a committee to investigate. We need a full-blown investigation. I know there have been times where the security detail of the special prosecutor has been withdrawn. And there are times where the special prosecutor has been confronted by other security agencies because of the nature of their work. They investigate all manner of scams.
What do you mean confronted by?
I mean, being given attitude. The thing is that these security agencies are supposed to complement each other. Mm-hmm. But there are times where you tend to investigate an issue that affects one particular security agency. You may not have their cooperation. And that is, and I know for a fact that the special prosecutor has encountered some of these issues. But now, the statement by the Interior Ministry answered two major questions that came to mind when I read about the allegation. So one about the reporting, whether indeed a formal complaint was lodged, which the ministry's statement settles that doubt, that indeed there's no record, and that the second one was what had been done. I think this was a major judgment lapse, or lapse of judgment, which is both consequential and puzzling, because an issue of this nature should have been found expression, even if the government then, and I can understand, because getting to the latter part of the previous administration, their relationship with the OSP became fragile. So I won't be surprised that they didn't register or file a formal complaint because of the nature of their relationship. Perhaps they thought nothing would be done, but I feel
2022. And the special prosecutor has security of tenure. So it couldn't be taken off just for the fact that you reported. And if you report this and it becomes a national issue, everybody's. You see, that's why Martin Kpebu says that we all should have gone to the airport to prevent, if he had told us, we will all have gone to the airport to prevent Oforiatta from leaving.
Now, the thing is that, as for the Oforiatta issue, I even don't want to dabble in, because even the argument that is even mattered. Now, the thing is that maybe they felt if they had reported, nothing would be done about it. But I believe that even if the state did not act on it, at least there will be record for oversight, accountability, and subsequent review.
Yeah.
You get it? So I understand this should be this is a lapse of judgment. But now, here's the issue. I think there must be consequences in both scenarios. So one, if the allegations are found to be true, those individuals responsible must be subjected to the statutory and administrative sanctions. But if they are found to be untrue, the sword must cut the other end. And the question is that, can this government, in fact, hold Sami Dako or Kissie Japin accountable if the allegations are found to be true, without being accused of being selective justice or engaging in selective justice? You remember...
if the allegations are found to be true.
Untrue.
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 Okay.
If the allegations are found to be untrue, can this government take any action against Sami Dako and Kissie Japin without being accused of engaging in selective justice? You remember the case of the Ewutu Senior East MP, Phyllis Nakoyo, where she made spurious allegations which were later established, which the Interior Ministry later declared or established that it was unfounded. Remember, the media amplified that allegation. What has happened to her? So I think in discussing this issue, public discourse must be cautious. I think we must not be too quick to dismiss allegations made by Sami Dako. It is in our best interest, and it is in the interest of the country, because the allegation of this nature, in fact, create further disaffection for not only this security institution, but even the government. So it is in the interest of the government to ensure that at least we unravel the truth so that we can settle the matter once and for all. So this is it. Let's not be quick. Nanaya and others, that will be too premature. You can't dismiss somebody by reason of maybe whatever the person may have said in the past. But this is a fresh matter which must be dealt with. And Prof, I don't think the claims came up because of the recent relationship or the recent attack that they have the office has come under from the public.
We must correction. I never dismiss.
No, but I've not even mentioned your name. So.
Yes, no, you said and my other colleague, Nanaya and my other colleague.
Yeah, yes, I didn't mention that.
I had a son.
Yes.
I didn't mention that. So if you are,
I didn't dismiss the claim.
Yes.
I said I don't trust him. It's different from dismissing the claim.
Yes, that's what you said.
I don't trust him.
Yes, that's what you said.
So what I'm saying is
we're still curious about why. But anyway,
now the thing is that I think the ministry has taken the right steps. We need to unravel the truth. I think, for me, there is a cause for alarm. Yes, because of what I may have heard with regards to the relationship with the OSP at a point, the relationship that existed between the relationship and the then government. So I won't be surprised. And now I've intimated that, you see, threats of this nature are not unusual.
Even with Senior Martin Amidu, who openly declared that the government he was working with was, I think, Mother Serpent or something. Even that
he was a president.
He didn't come under assassination attacks. What has Kissie Japin actually done?
Don't forget that we don't know the stories. Stories behind Martin Amidu.
Okay.
Just a quick one. Let's. The question that was posed by your colleague
Samson Ladi
to Sami Dako, that he was attempting to explain, had nothing to do with the recent happenings.
Yeah. Don't forget that.
It had nothing to do with. Well, how come Prof. Yeah.
But this is not achievement.
I mean,
so you think that the fact that he out of the blue made that statement suggests that it was premeditated?
In that statement.
Well,
then he brought in the statement which he himself was not willing to expatiate.
But it was necessary.
You understand? Number two, Sami is a lawyer, a journalist.
But you are even going too far. This statement is not different from the Nkwanuma one. It's like, feel for us. It's like, feel for us.
I think it was apt. The revelation was apt.
You don't think it was unplanned?
I don't want to dabble in that conversation. Yeah. I think, however,
it has come
whatever happened, we know the issue. or we know the issues, and the ministry has reacted
Even
appropriately.
if it is a police you don't trust, you could have gone to the BNI.
Well, I'm sure as the matter unravels, we will understand.
Let's await the ministry's report.
As the matter unravels, and if it is established to be true, perhaps we will understand their reasons for not going to the security
But do you
agencies.
recall
But for now,
that of the former interior minister, or the defense minister?
Who did what?
Doctor, he writes books a lot.
Yeah.
I
remember.
What's the story?
The one who shot his own car screen, and then
Mumuni, yes.
And then it was said it was no. I'm saying no, but it was after the investigations we even got to know. Say the direction of me.
So self-generated or something.
Well, I'm going to read some of your messages coming in on this matter, and then perhaps we can wrap this conversation up. But I see that a lot of you have a lot to say. I can't read all of them, but as always, I promise to read as many as possible, all right? This one is coming from from Stephen Peng, who says that now this matter of alleged assassination attempt, as put out there by Sami Darko, is a palpable lie. No level-headed person will keep such a threat on his or her life, even for 24 hours, let alone more than a year. Sami and his boss can't and will not get any public sympathy from us. All right. This one says, now, why is it that we don't want to look at the fact that the OSP also exists to deter crime, the effect of which we cannot be quantified? Though I believe that the OSP, in his current form, is not independent enough to fight corruption, to scrap it will not be an option either. The NDC, with its overwhelming two-thirds majority in Parliament, should rather push for the true independence of the OSP to find expression in the ongoing constitutional review work. Shalom. And that's from Dennis Y. Akwete, sending that message in. Professor Smart hasn't read the judgment. All right. Okay. So there's more, but I will not read all of it. Musa from Asawasi says, good morning, Na. This is about the chiefs in Pandai. They're absolutely wrong. What they are doing is dangerous, just as Professor Sapon is alluding to. The distraction at the Coalition Center cannot be allowed to stand, as it threatens future electoral integrity. Since the Tamale High Court has ruled, anyone aggrieved should please use the legal system, not to justify their actions that undermine the elections. And I think I'll just read one more. And this one says, now, your panel this morning is very well behaved. I like how slowly they put their points across. Not like, and you mentioned some names I don't think we should. Why are you like this? You can make your points without. Anyway. That is absolutely unnecessary.
So watch tomorrow.
That's absolutely unnecessary. But I appreciate how properly you have all put your points across this morning on the various issues we've talked about. I had hoped that we could talk about the TUC-PRC matter, but unfortunately, that's all time will allow us. I thank all of you for being on the show this morning. Prof, if you want to add something before we go.
One of my students is watching from Tamale. Okay. Alhaji Daim Yakubu Isahaku, very ardent viewer of TV3.
Okay.
My regards to you and the entire family.
All right. Well, special thanks to you, Prof. Sapon. You want to say something?
I just wanted to say that the TUC, in fact,
yes,
must recalibrate its strategy. Because you agreed to a pay rise in the tune of 9%.
Yes.
And now you are beating a U10, that the government should come back to the negotiation table.
They're asking for the government to come back to the negotiation table because with regards to the hike.
So I'm saying tariffs. That the position should be reduce the tariff hike. That will be the position. Because as for the negotiation table, you were there and you agreed to the 9%. So the government won't come. So just tell the government to reduce the tariff, because that is obviously what they want.
I think that's what they're asking
so
for.
that should be the point. So I think they should recalibrate their strategy.
Probably the table you are referring to is with the PURC.
Yes. Yeah. Which had they say consultations have not ended.
Yes.
And so I've heard that announcement was was not proper. Yeah.
So it's all still in respect of the hikes.
So they should do to inject confidence.
As for the 9%, they've already shut us down already. So
because they are past. Prof is taking 9%, and I'm sure he's happy.
Well, Prof is a rich man, so these things don't really bother him.
This is in addition to all the research.
These things don't really bother him.
If you allow me to quickly wish my colleague, Reverend William Dansu, happy birthday.
Okay.
Yes, Willie, happy birthday. May you live that one for now.
Theophilus Jimega, lawyer, engineer, NDC Communications team
and your
member.
friend.
And my friend.
That sees you on billboards every day.
Thank you for coming in today. Austin Barker Powers, private legal practitioner. Great having you. Professor Smart Sapong, the very wealthy professor, Nanayao Sapong. And I look forward to seeing you on
research on the strength of the UP in the next.
Oh, is that so?
No,
yes.
I mean, all is set for the Citizens Perception Survey
to
be released. It cuts across several aspects that the citizens are interested
Perception Survey.
one of the two out of the many. One is with the ministerial ranking. Some are well in terms of functional visibility and contribution to the national development.
Okay.
And then the other one is how do Ghanaians perceive the Ghana we want to look like. So those things are there. Some will say we want a day where we all have well-paying jobs, blah, blah, blah. Interesting. Then we have a little dive into the political, some creative arts issues, some sports, many others. So I'm working on the reports now.
When will we see it?
Oh, should be ready. The infographics are now being worked on.
Okay. I actually need to come and see you for some tutorials on research.
I'll do it for you.
Thank you so much, gentlemen, for coming in. Thank you also for sending in your messages there. Now, if you want to look smart and fashionable, visit any Woodin boutique nationwide today. Woodin offers an amazing collection of African fabrics and ready-to-wear that come in beautiful designs and colors for men and women. With Woodin, you can get creative and versatile with your designs. Be confident and show off how truly African you are in Woodin. So go to any Woodin boutique near you today and choose from a big variety of trendy products to complement your unique style. Follow Woodin Fashion on Facebook, Instagram at Woodin Fashion, and on TikTok at Woodin_fashion. Woodin Le Créateur. Stay tuned. We still have more for you on TV3 Newday.